So. Er hat auch noch 2 Dudes. Ja, der Koch. Der ein Rezept haben will. Ich weiß auf jeden Fall, dass ich noch in diese Meereshöhle will, bevor wir in der Quest irgendwo anders hin müssen.
Welcome, Your Majesty. Have you made your decision? All of you, Chris, awaits your word. For your actions this day could herald a bright new era for our kingdom. In fact, I understand that Duke Aldrich's research into new uses for rune lenses is making great strides.
I'm endlessly impressed at your ability to vomit out nonsense you don't believe in. Oh, you're a politician born and... or perhaps merely a swindler.
How many times must I remember? Your Majesty, in light of the Countess's continuous interruptions, I suggest your father would not have tolerated such
But if anyone is removed here, it will be you, Lord Harlan.
What? How?
You're up, Noah. Go.
Lord Harlan is a traitor who has conspired to sell out Euchris to Dukes Aldrich for his own personal gain.
Traitor? Personal gain? What? Who do you think you are? The fact you cobbled together some pathetic army out of unless you come bearing proof of this outrageous claim.
My proof is this contract sent by Dukes Aldrich to Lord Harlan. It says, and should Lord Harlan secure Euchris' surrender, he shall retain his wealth and status, and be given high standing after the dissolution of the Sheerith dynasty. It's all right here on the page.
This, well, the handwriting does seem to match the letter I received from the Dukes.
You damnable varmint! Where did you get that? Oh. No, you see?
It seems you are familiar with this document, Lord Harlan.
No, of course not.
You betrayed me, Lord Harlan. Betrayed your king. And you...
Everything I have done was for the benefit of you, Chris. You must believe me.
You must believe you.
Guards!
Prepare
a special chamber for Lord Harlan. I have a great many questions to ask him. You have it all wrong. I am no traitor. In fact, and your father. But instead, we have you, Yuma. You! And you, Chris. You are driving our kingdom to ruin. What choice did I have? Get him out of here! Now!
Ich schätze, du hast sehr viele andere Möglichkeiten. Aber du bist ein Traitor.
Understand now, Yuma? I mean, Your Majesty, now that you've seen the contract, are Dukes Aldrich's motives not exceedingly... The man has no intention of allowing the sheep...
Such treachery. If the Dukes was willing to do away with the royal family...
I choose to do all in my power to help Commander Noah of the Alliance. He's a man I can count on, and I will fight at his side.
Okay.
Apologies, Periel. Apologies, Lord Counselors. There might yet be truth to what Harlan said.
Junge, ist ein Medium. Schreit dich an.
Well, so much for that. I knew Yuma struggled with decisions, but I had no idea he was this bad. Still, we've done all we can for now. Lord Harlan is in custody, so I will spend the night here. Just stay out of the back chamber.
Oh, come on. I
Okay.
bet there's rows of beds in there. You can spare one.
Fine, but just the one.
Okay, gehen wir mit Eumer sprechen. Eumer. Treffen wir jetzt bestimmt da drüben an dem Rondell. Was ist eigentlich mit dem Typ, den wir hier getroffen haben? Der mir gesagt hat, wir werden uns wiedersehen. Schon fast bedrohend. Hallo. Einmal.
Noah,
Are you all by yourself?
I am. They changed the guards around this time, which gives me an opportunity to slip away. It's been my chance to go on little adventures ever since I was a child. Not that I've ever left the palace grounds or anything. That would be much too scary. In fact, this right here is about... I spoke to Melridge and learned of how you and Periel snuck into Harlan's manor to secure the... Periel really trusts you, doesn't she? No, more than that. She relies on you. How I envy that.
Ach so, verlässt sie sich nicht auf euch. Melridge hat das so inszeniert.
Doesn't she rely on you too? I mean, you're the first person she turned to when Galdea attacked. And she must really trust you.
I would be delighted if that were the case. But is it really me she was counting on?
Ja.
Did she merely turn to me because I happen to be the person on the throne?
Nein.
I adore Periel. The way she's always spoken her mind, even when we were children. Despite growing up in circumstances not unlike mine, she's never afraid to be herself and do what she wants.
Well, I'm from a small village, so I can't imagine what you've been through. But you look like a fighter to me. Is that not the case?
Oh, heavens no. I'm worthless. Everyone thinks so. Oh, I made a few clumsy attempts when I first inherited the throne. But I was never able to rule skillfully as my father did. And now, at the time of my country's greatest crisis, instead of deciding, I fixate on all the tragedy my decisions might cause, and Harlan had the right of it. I'm a feckless fool of a king. Who would ever thought?
That isn't true.
Kannst du nicht rufen?
That just isn't true. You aren't a bad king at all, Your Majesty.
What?
You are absolutely and completely wrong about yourself, and you mistake your kindness for... I know how hard you work at being king. I know better than anyone. So please, don't... It's everyone else's loss if they don't understand what a wonderful ruler you are.
Thank you, Eiyuden. But I will never live up to my...
There's wisdom in her words, Your Majesty. People have you wrong. Indeed, you have now. I grant you may not currently be ruling with skill and finesse. But you're holding yourself up to a monarch with years of experience already be sure you can see how superficial it is to compare that man to a king who has taken but the first step. A fledgling knight is no match for a hardened veteran. And yet,
Mitgefühl.
a future.
Ach
I
so.
would not have you discard yours so lightly, my...
Oh, Melridge. Eiyuden?
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I was dreadfully out of... I will accept any punishment you see fit.
Then your punishment is to tell me the truth. Do you...
Was eine
Of
Strafe.
course I do. You will be a kind king.
Thank you.
Thank you. With knocking me down.
Or at least I shall try to.
I cannot express what an honor it is to fight alongside a man of your esteem, General Goldwyn. I may, General. I hear we'll be entering Eucharist territory soon. When do you anticipate being able to report our victory to Duke? I must contemplate how best to compose the
It is folly to contrive victories from unfought battles. A warrior must approach every enemy.
But who could Eucharist field who has any hope of victory against you?
General Cassius is a steady hand who commands the love of his men, and I hear the kingdom is home to another formidable man. And also,
Yes?
I take to the battlefield for our Emperor, despite the great pains Aldrich went through to convince His Excellency of this campaign's merit. I do not fight for the dukes.
Son for the Empire.
Good morning, all. I take it you spent the...
Guys, you are not gonna believe this. Periap.
Oh, ich hätte gerne erfahren, was Perry tut, wenn sie schläft.
Loose lips, darling. Come, Noah. We're leaving.
Und so wird das ausgehen. Auf zum Palast. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Announcing His Majesty, King Yuma.
King Yuma.
Have you reached a decision, sire?
If you require a messenger to go to Duke's Aldrich, I am yours to command.
This is it. What?
I come bearing urgent news.
Your Majesty, it seems an Imperial Expeditionary Force. It is under the command of General Goldwyn, and outnumbers our army 2 to 1.
Double our numbers. And General...
The man is said to be invincible.
Ja.
Your Majesty.
I've always been a worthless man, Periel.
Schon
I'm
wieder.
incapable of making decisions and paralyzed. I have ever been a coward. General Cassius?
Yes, my king.
Melrich?
Your Majesty.
For a period of 2 weeks, beginning now, I entrust to the two of you the entirety of my royal authority. You are to make every decision, for I have no doubt. Call it a coward's conviction if it please you. Regardless,
What folly is this? Has His Majesty... Royal authority to a mere general and a lecturer at the studium? Say the word, Your Majesty, and we lords are ready to lead in your stead. The both of you must refuse this. It will plunge the...
folly from your fool of a king. Yet, pitiful I may be, but I beg of you to.
But
Are you quite certain? After all, what's to stop the General and myself from eliminating you, should we come to enjoy this little taste of power?
If that is your choice, then so were you to do such a thing. I believe it would be for...
Your Majesty.
So ein Schmarrn.
long have I sworn my service and loyalty to House Sheeran, but now I pledge it anew to you, Yuma Sheerith, I shall answer the trust you have placed in me. With
I do not know if my talents are worthy of the faith you place in them, Your Majesty. In fact, it speaks to their inadequacy that I have so clearly misjudged you. Whatever shreds of wit and talent I still possess.
As if any of this
Haltet euer Handy, guck ich los.
It's not too late. We can still draft a letter of intent to
General Cassius.
any hope of successfully defending this kingdom will require the full efforts of her people. The army will be mustered, and the realm's efforts devoted entirely to any who choose to publicly object to His Majesty's wishes.
We did it! Now we can finally fight the—
I'm not certain such jubilant optimism is appropriate. As General Cassius noted, it will require all the strength you, Chris, can.
Dann bereiten wir uns auf einen harten Kampf vor.
And we'll prepare for a tough fight.
Yeah, reel in that enthusiasm a bit, Noah.
Then allow me to formally request the support.
You shall have it and more. We'll return to the inn and have Janequist beat the muster drums.
So, let's fucking go. In die Schenke zu Janequist. Ganze Bull müsste ja auch noch rumstehen.
I shall contact Emir and have him commence preparations straight away, milady.
Send me. I'll get your message there safe.
Shall I set this in motion, Commander?
Tu es.
Do it.
They are certainly in for a surprise.
We'll get him this time.
Oh yeah. Vor allem haben wir eine Teleporterin. Sie hätte sich halt einfach dahin teleportieren können, ihm mir Bescheid geben können und so.
You ready, Noah? I think Periel.
Yes, I'm ready. Wir werden zwar vorher nochmal speichern, weil wir sind ja gerade in der Schenke. Ich muss ja nochmal hoch. Was ist im zweiten Zimmer? Hallo? Was ist anders? Es geht hier. Okay. Oh, ich will kein Speichern. Dankeschön. Tschüss. Oh. Was mit deinem Wurst Essen machen? Hoppla, Entschuldigung. Bam, 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 bam.
Let us review our strategy. You face a war. Unfortunately, Haishan was not there for you. We must meet the Imperial host on the field and strike. Leave this in your capable hands, General.
His Majesty's troops are kith and kin to me.
I trust messengers have been dispatched to Norster and Kinan?
They have, but neither will act until we prove our mettle, which is why this first battle is. Our enemy is a general both seasoned and clever, and he will not rely on. We must whittle away at their strength now, then turn the war of attrition.
Which is where we come in.
Correct. We are counting on your ambush to throw the battlefield into disorder.
We won't.
General Cassius,
Was?
Melridge, Noah.
Thank you, Your Majesty. If my projections are correct, this battle may be over far.
Projections?
Reporting, sir. The Imperial Army has arrived and is forming up just where you...
Then we'd best get started. Are you ready, Commander?
Ja.
Let's do this.
Ich habe zwar nicht verstanden, ob wir jetzt mehrere Schlachten
Ready
schlagen.
yourselves. This day we fight for our homes, for our king, and for the future.
The Imperial Army's here.
Ah, die bringen schon wieder so ein Ding mit.
So it's war, then. I assumed their forces would throw down their arms and flee, rather than take the field for such a weakling.
Fortune smiles upon us this day, General Goldwyn. The honors of a battlefield.
Ah, Zane ist auch wieder da. Besondere Befehle, die die Legionskommandanten und Unterkommandanten zur Verfügung stehen. Du kannst sie bei Bewegungsschritten aktivieren, bevor du in den Kampf gehst. Die rote Wutleiste fühlt sich, wenn dein Trupp Schaden erleidet. Und die blaue Moralleiste fühlt sich, wenn sie Schaden verursachen. Wenn sie voll sind, kannst du einen Befehl einsetzen, die einen Zug lang anhalten. Wutmodus erhöht den Angriff und Moralmodus hinter den Gegner am Fliehen. Was kannst du denn provozieren? Also das Bewegungsziel lässt feindliche Angriffe in der Umgebung mobilisieren. Das geht nicht. Okay. Und ich soll jetzt gegen tausende Leute kämpfen, ne? Alles klar. Kampf beginnen.
It is an honor for you to lead my vanguard, Lieutenant Kessling. I expect your rune tank to earn us a great...
About that, sir? The rune tank isn't really designed for solo combat. It requires a lot of infantry support, so...
I was not speaking to you, soldier. Well,
As you command, sir. Hildy, Valentine, gather what troops you can.
At once, Lieutenant.
By decree of the Emperor, you may submit peacefully to Galtia's glory.
Oh. Die sollen fliehen. Ach so, ja, hier, bitteschön.
The enemy.
Let's go.
Attack. Fend them off.
It's time. Give the signal.
Für den Hinterhalt.
You're up. Let's go!
Yeah!
To battle!
what? A second force?
Mercy tactician signal. Come on, boys. Let's honor our contract and show these imps the color of their own.
An ambush! What imp?
This is the moment we've been waiting for. All forces,
Attack.
stand your ground.
Are the troops holding up?
We're ready to move whenever. Though if you ask me, that move...
You forget yourself, second.
General Goldwyn, I presume.
Your reputation precedes you, General Cassius.
Nova geht's auch nicht gut dahin. So, wie kann man denn hier dabei? Nur ein Girl, Yumi und Sumio. Und dann noch ein paar andere Dudes. Okay. Was alle ihre Legionen in einer Dimension wieder her?
Concentrate your attack. Don't miss.
Kreuz.
Guys, we're gonna win.
Emil. Beben. Okay, Wind. Was haben wir hier für einen Befehl? Ansturm, eine Zone verfügbar, die betreten werden kann, wählt sich direkt an die angelegte Zone. List.
I'll have you be quiet then.
Let's go.
Pull yourselves together, you sloppy fools. His Grace the Duke.
Naja, erwartet er das wirklich?
Are we ready?
Oh, yeah. She's in a great...
Enemy in sight, sir.
On your order, Lieutenant.
Attack!
Attack.
The enemy unit is destroyed. Continue to advance.
Und das hat Sinn gemacht? Nicht wirklich, oder?
I'll patch you up. Everyone, over here.
Ah, super.
Here we go. Time to show them the power of justice.
The power of justice.
We did it! We defeated the enemy unit!
Ein bisschen vorspulen. Nö, okay.
Retreat! Hurry! Don't waste lives!
At last, some damn order. Now,
If you have finally regained control of your troops, General Chapel, then
Ja.
What? Learning the true strength of our foe is victory enough for the day. It has not come without cost. But to persist further, would we maintain the upper hand? And are in additionally, the sun has begun its descent, and I've no desire to fight in darkness.
Macht Sinn.
Nice job, Noah.
You sure showed him, cuz.
Let's not press our luck. An overzealous attempt to pursue General Golden may end poorly.
All units, fall in! You fought brave. Now, we return to...
Ziel erreicht. Gerade so.
We did it! We set him running for the hills!
And more importantly, everyone is safe.
Is this victory real? I can scarce believe it.
It is only one battle behind us, Your Majesty. The war ahead will be nothing. It disheartens me that our ambush did little to face General Goldwyn's troops. He truly...
Yeah, even I've heard of the guy. So I guess today didn't amount to...
Let's not diminish the significance of forcing a retreat in our first. I've already made arrangements to inform the other members of the League. And trust the news...
If I may, who are those other reinforcements? And what...
I'm guessing you mean me.
Allow me to introduce Captain Bernard Sawad of the White Sands Mercenary Company. I reached out to him some time ago to...
Oh, and if you're worried about the mercenary part, I promise you this. A Sawad never breaks a contract.
You hired these sellswords, Mel?
I managed to divert some funds their way, yes. A bit from the Royal Treasury and more that was earmarked for the studio. I figured the forthwith confiscation of Harlan's estate would...
Well, I suppose I did give you my royal authority, but I'm still just do see the ledgers end up balanced.
Don't spare it another thought, Your Majesty. That's something.
Yep, still incorrigible.
Okay. Scene.
Something on your mind, Zane? You're wondering what will happen if Eucharist falls, aren't you?
Its downfall seems inevitable, considering the League's lack.
Just like Duke Aldrich wants, I bet. You're thinking about it again.
In part. But mostly I'm just wondering what I'm doing here. I intended to make a name for myself and House Kessling as an Imperial. I believed that was the right thing.
Your brother?
Yes. But now I'm not sure about anything anymore.
Valentine.
Sorry to interrupt the boy talk, fellas. Did I miss anything spicy? Look, we've all got them. Ties, I mean. Obligations. Little by little, they tighten around your neck until one day you wake up and... all part of growing up, I suppose. At these times, the times where you have to weigh your friends and your loyalties and your future, these are the moments that tell us who we are. You're young. You feel like throwing caution to the wind and doing the wrong thing.
This is getting a little complicated and poetic for me.
Paul, Valentine, thank you both. Hildy.
A messenger just arrived bearing urgent news from the homeland, Lieutenant.
Ist das wie befürchtet? Was habt ihr denn befürchtet?
What? How could this have happened?
Was?
I'm still verifying the information. It's possible...
This is not some piece of idle gossip, man!
That is Yes, that's what I've heard. But all the more reason to swiftly complete our occupation of Haishan. The late Emperor's decree still stands, after all, and His Grace the Dukes has not yet issued...
The Dukes has not issued them?
I mean nothing by it. Let us resume our efforts.
Der Kaiser ist tot, okay.
Rise and shine, Noah. The new day has dawned and everyone's gathered at the palace.
Boah, ich will nicht noch so eine Schlacht schlagen. Die sind schon ein bisschen öde. Ich meine, ja, man kann ein paar Sachen machen. Aber wenn ich meine Truppen nicht mal selbst selten stellen darf, ist das Wort, was ich so schon öde. Zoom, 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 zoom.
The battle of attrition continues. Our ambushes in the last fight took a modest toll on the enemy.
This time, Noah's allied troops and the White Sands mercenaries hold a keen edge out there, both of you, and be ready for anything.
If there's one thing the White Sands...
And your troops, Commander No...
Ready to go.
Yeah. Habe ich ja gar keinen Bock drauf.
Take heart from yesterday's victory, but do not take your enemy lightly.
Jetzt bringe ich schon wieder das Ding. Ich würde es gerne kaputt machen.
Droll that they considered that a victory. They merely bought themselves another few hours to today. It will...
Dieser Typ, Junge.
Of His Excellency, the...
Aber der Kaiser ist doch tot, hat er erzählt. So, wir können jetzt bestimmt wieder das... genau. Details. Bis zu zweimal viel Verhältnis moralen Schaden zu. Das ist doch nett. Noah, du gehst einfach dahin. Du gehst erstmal dahin. Bis dahin. Und du gehst dahin. Was denn? Bewegt sich nicht. Was ist da los?
Already. But His Excellency... Then it's true.
Dukes Aldrich is the man behind. I have had ample opportunity to witness the Duke's tyranny, and have come to believe. Therefore, pursuing it would be a... This is not an order. Those who do not... On this day, I turn my banners in revolt against Dukes Aldrich.
They're cheering.
Your family's soldiers are true to their house, Lieutenant. They're all fools.
So what does that make you?
The woman responsible for keeping fools in line.
Thank you, everyone.
Das ist doch nett.
Disarray in the Imperial ranks? What
does this mean?
Look, it's Sane.
I do not understand what is happening, but protect that company!
That company is under the Kessling boys' command. Lad takes after his brother.
Let's go. Mir will auch gleich rein joinen.
Enemy flees! Victory is ours!
Ah Mann. Ja, Angriffskraft.
General Chapel, order your troops to withdraw.
Jetzt schon.
The great General Goldwyn would say such a thing.
What?
What we must do until that happens, all units, fall in.
Yes, sir.
But this is absurd. We need just with.
Was ist mit
Do
ihm?
as you will, but I have no intention of fighting for your duke.
Exakt, denn er kämpft für den Kaiser. Und wenn er ermordet ist, wird er wohl nicht mehr für ihn kämpfen.
My host is more than.
Oh Gott, ist ja dumm.
General Goldwyn's legion has stood down.
The projections appear to have come. I assure you, Goldwyn's retreat is no feint. Something which means we can.
Achso, das war eh nur eine Einheit. Na dann. Auch da rein. Ich würde gerne, dass du dahin gehst. Du gehst auch dahin. Und Anstoß. Nee, was haben wir hier? Provozieren. Kampfbeginn, let's go.
The enemy has been sighted. Prepare to attack.
I see you've defeated the enemy unit. Don't let up now.
Ich will trotzdem für Spulmodus oder so.
Enemy unit defeated. But stay alert. Enemy unit defeated. But stay alert.
Reichsoffizier von Reichsoffizier getötet. Okay. Ich hätte gern einmal das.
I'll patch you up. Everyone, over here.
Enemy's here! We can't lose! Engine operational! Forward!
Forward.
Enemy unit defeated. But stay alert.
Enemy legion destroyed. Victory is ours.
But I was declaring victory.
Is it over?
We did it! We saved you, Chris!
Indeed.
Oh yeah, that's how.
Well fought, Noah.
You comported yourself.
You might be longer for this world.
They've protected my kingdom.
Ja. Trophäe bekommen. Die Samen wurde verteidigt.
The Imperial Army has quit our territory, Your Majesty. Our scouts expect them to continue withdrawing to the north.
Then, we won?
Yes, Your Majesty. We won.
That's one.
Yes, thank you all so...
I owe a great debt to you and the Allied army. Thank you.
Wir haben es gemeinsam geschafft, Eure Majestät.
It was a mutual effort, Your Majesty.
You needn't shy away from credit, Noah. Our successes thus far are in no small...
Yeah, so let's see a little sweat.
I gotta agree. Huh. We finally gave those imps the shellacking they deserve. And there's no harm.
My concern is that I fail to understand what prompted Goldwyn's troop.
Oh,
I fear Ian is in the dark. However,
Perhaps I can shed some light on that. Zane.
This Imperial officer and his people just surrendered to us, Commander.
I had a feeling it would be you.
A pleasure to see you again, Noah.
Been a while, Lieutenant.
So, thanks for switching...
I harbor suspicions which have driven me to leave the Empire.
Suspicions related to General Goldwyn's abrupt retreat.
Yes. If you don't know, His Excellency the Emperor has been assassinated.
what? The Emperor of Galdia? But why?
Dukes Eldrick is how.
While we lack solid evidence of such, the information we've gathered...
So that's why they all turn this Dukes guy must be a first-class moron. Way to make your move at the...
Okay.
I will return to the castle on the morrow. Our troops must be reorganized before we can carry on to Norrister.
Actually, I have received the King's blessing to make myself useful within the Alliance. If you are amiable, I feel like...
So you expect our battle with the Empire to
Oh, I believe it has only just begun. Duke Aldrich's invasion of Euchris was simply a tidy way to displace the general.
It certainly is beginning to look that way.
Goldwyn was ever the late Emperor's staunchest loyalist. Once Aldrich sent him far from home.
He's a ruthless and cunning man, and no mistake. But I dare say you may be his equal. It pleases me to have you on our...
Oh, I don't think I... After all, you didn't hand your army over to that Noah boy for no reason.
Yes. Still, if the Resistance army was led by the Countess of Groom, it would invite... Tongues would wag about my agenda, my ambition. But a commoner turned hero rising up against the Empire's tyranny? Now that's the sort of story that resonates.
So, what is it that you hope to gain from all this
Clearly not. No. My way.
Und zwar erfahren wir jetzt nicht, ja? Ah, gut.
Did you sleep well, Noah? We may have claimed victory in Euchris, but the war, if anything, this was only the beginning, and we must gird ourselves.
Jawohl. Dann gehen wir erstmal in die große Halle. Jetzt nicht so viel verdienen, gut, wir haben ja doch das letzte Mal erst viel. Daher. Hallo, Miller. Na, wir können das ja in der Bibliothek mal ein Business machen und dafür bin ich hier, I guess. So, what can I do for you?
Now that Commander Noah has joined us, we can begin.
Ja, hauen Sie mal aus.
And second, aren't you supposed to be...
King Yuma, in his wisdom, has granted me permission to serve the Alliance.
Eldridge war dein Verbündeter. Kurator und Taktiker.
And seeing as I'm still under a contract with the tactician.
Okay. Wüstensöldner.
Not gonna complain about that. You fought like a...
Then it's settled. Melridge will be chief strategist and advisor to the Alliance's new permanent commander, Noah.
Ja.
What?
I expect no less than everyone's best. It's the only way we'll achieve the Alliance's...
What's going on? He's...
Blink twice if you're still in there, Noah.
I'm pleased to see you filling those shoes so readily. I have far too many things on my plate as it is, so...
Ja. Oh, ihm geht gar kein Bock.
Serve as advisor to the new commander.
If you insist, my lady.
This is already way more fun than Imperial.
Keep your voice down.
I'd like to take this moment to formally offer my help, Noah.
Oh mein Gott! Was geht hier ab? Imperiales Wunderkind sehen.
Dare no longer pursues a righteous path. But by standing with you...
Sounds like you found a new calling.
I have.
Ich werde ab sofort über alle austauschen, glaube ich. Mal gucken, wie das funktioniert. Muss mal gucken. Ich glaube, das ist nicht so gut. Paul wurde ein Verbündeter. Technologieforscher Paul.
Oh, I don't feel like my expression.
'Cause it's not.
Valentin wird ein Verbündeter. Mutiger Reichsoffizier.
I do hate to spoil the mood, but I was hoping we might discuss.
Klar. Warte, Hildy hat sich uns nicht angesprochen. Angeschlagen.
I guess I do this kind of thing now, huh?
As of now, the Empire has pulled its forces out of Eucharist, but we must be prepared for when Dux Aldrich inevitably resumes his efforts to subjugate.
Which I'm guessing will happen soon.
There are two ways to effectively use the time we have left. The first is to gather as many...
If I might interrupt, I have an idea about that. What about in Persia, the Shia?
The she-who now?
The Shiaks. As a mercenary, I've had plenty of chances to fight both with and against them.
Fine idea. As it happens, I've already secured the King's permission to use Eucharist's desert checkpoint. Commander Noah, you should take Bernard as your guide.
Checkpoint's northeast of Haishan. From there, we'll cross the mountains, and I'll explain more as we go.
Sounds good.
Now, as for the other way to make a difference, at this moment, the Dukes is no doubt engaged with fallout from the Emperor's assassination. The sooner that's quelled, which means we need to keep that chaos churning. I have asked Lieutenant Kesling for his assistance.
We have already reached out to the late Emperor's loyalists in Valdea. Naturally, they...
We think it's better for us to go talk to them. Which means we'll be working separately for a bit.
Probably for the best. Many here in the Alliance will need time to trust us.
Okay.
Worth, I hope.
Thanks, Leon.
The others will come around once they get to know the lieutenant.
Sane's group will work independently to gather intel within the Empire and sabotage the Duke. Do everything in your power to destabilize his grip.
You can count on us.
I will serve as a messenger, traveling back and forth between this...
Jetzt hat sich Holdy uns angeschlossen. Makellose Beraterin.
You, probably want a little help with...
Please.
Oh, wie nett. Was? Was stand da? Ich hab's nicht gelesen. Oh, ich muss jetzt Bernard mitnehmen. Aber Bernard, das will ich jetzt nicht mitnehmen.
Ready for action.
Was bringt denn weiter? Rede uns bitte Informationsgeschwindigkeit alle verbinden. Wir nehmen dich mit. Wir nehmen dann jetzt vorne mit. Die anderen beiden können wir nicht spielen, weil die sind in der anderen Crew. Okay. Garen nehmen wir mal wieder mit. Mildred ist ein langer Fighter. Ja, Yosuke würde ich halt mal wieder mitnehmen. So, hinten. Da wollen wir jetzt Carrie wieder mitnehmen, haben wir ja schon gesagt. Dann nehme ich, glaube ich, Whaler noch mal mit. So, du bist auch ein mittlerer Raumkämpfer. Das ist doch nett. Was war denn noch so? Miller. Fühle ich jetzt nicht. Dann haben wir 2 Magier da hinten. Gut, gut.